Hello, we are here to do our March monthly 2023 reading. Today I'm working with my oracle cards, angel oracle cards, and my crystal ball. All right, so first things first, let's do a little meditation here. Let's set an intention for our month. If you are catching this early, March 1st at 7:30 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, I'm going to be doing a group healing over YouTube. So you can absolutely make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube, Horseman Readings. As well, click the bell button so that you can get the notification when I go live. And that's just going to be an open group healing. So whatever happens, happens. Just feel like March is going to be a really important month, especially for me anyway. I feel like I'm doing a lot in February, a lot of giveaways, a lot of deals, starting up some new things. So I'm really looking forward to starting like a new chapter in March. So you might find that you're starting a new chapter for your month of March as well. All right, so let's do kind of a message with both of these things, passion and survival. Okay, one of the things that was just coming up with a client is she's been in survival mode for a long time, and so she's just shifting over to thriving versus surviving. We also had Valentine's Day in February as well, and that can kind of bring up a lot of stuff for people. So what comes up here is that, of course, love relationships are going to be significant and thriving in our life in general. Okay, so what I get is it's a great month for learning and being a teacher. So March 11th, I'm doing a Reiki level 1 training. It's $111. So all the 1-1s on the 11th. Didn't even realize that's how it went. And I start at 11. Weird. So you can book in for that if you feel called to learning, but that's kind of what's coming up. Is it's a good month for learning. It's a great month for teaching as well. So both of those things. So education is going to play a large role. So as we're talking about thriving, this also could mean that if you are a coach or a healer, this is a month where you might need to take more time out for yourself. Celebrate the universe a bit more, meaning like, you know, the universe has your back and the universe has had your back in the past. So remind yourself to just kind of focus on what you're fortunate for. And that's really gonna shift you big time. Okay. If you are a person who works at a bank or something like that, I feel like this is going to be a good month for you to register for something different, something new. So that's why I was saying take a class to start learning and developing new skills. Freedom is also going to be a word that you could use throughout the month. Oddly enough, I just had a dream, and that's probably it's definitely related to this reading. Everything around that was coming up to pay attention to decision making, feelings of freedom, and feelings of where we might be feeling like we don't have control, okay? So pay attention to that in the month of March. It feels like you really want to take more risks. Again, you want to thrive, you want more pleasure, maybe you want more travel, things like that. But it's also looking at aspects of our life where we feel like we need to end like patterns of behaviors. We need to end where we might have ruts and things like that, where we feel like trapped, where we might feel alone, where we might feel like our finances aren't where we want them to be, etc., okay? So probably no coincidence I picked you might work at a bank, because money is going to be really significant at this time. We're also talking about love. It feels like when it comes to partnerships, it doesn't feel like March is going to be a month where your relationship is going to be necessarily perfect, but it's also going to show you where there are pitfalls within yourself so that you can start adjusting and rearranging things that need to be put back in order, okay? So again, that could be balancing the bank account. That could be someone who isn't giving enough in their relationship, and it's time to start putting forward a bit more. So where could you give more to your partner? Where could you give more to your family? Where could you give more to your friends? So again, that was coming up mid February, which I'm doing this now. So it's definitely going to be trickling into our month of March, okay? So the very interesting. Okay, Ladies Mantle, Mother Healing Alchemy. Okay, I've been working a lot with herbs, starting to do a lot more with nutrition. It's really powerful. It's really nice to put people in a position of power when it comes to their own healing and health, because that's all that matters, is that we're in control of our own healing, right? Probably what I was saying, to start that new chapter, start opening up a book, start working on communication, dialogue with partnerships. Okay, this could be business, but it still feels like intimacy and like people who matter to you. Okay. So when we look into our crystal ball here, with that mother energy, that nurturer side that you have, it feels like nobody's perfect. So if you're criticizing other people, which if you read my new moon blog underneath horsemanreadings.com for February 20th, I talk a little bit more about details in terms of like where we're at with this new moon. And I'm doing new moon readings. I'm doing March monthly readings. These are all sent to your email. Just something worth checking out. I know I just did a Valentine's Day reading for someone, and this mother energy was also coming up, where this person is like such a giver, where it's so important that they keep their energy to themselves and that their partner is doing the work. Okay, so that's where with the new moon energy in February, it's also teaching us to like not criticize, to not judge, to like take the pressure off, but also where we're doing that to other people, right? Like nobody is perfect. So that's where the healing comes up. It's really understanding the lessons that are coming through in your healings, in your readings. You know, when it comes to like self-destructive behavior, self-harm, things like that, where we know that we shouldn't be doing the things that we're doing, but we're doing it anyway. It's a great month for letting that go, finding more peace, finding more harmony. As we're talking about, relationships are going to be really significant in the month of March. I feel like, as I was saying, I'm just like getting back on track. But then at the same time, when we say back on track, it makes it seem like we're coming back to old things. Whereas I feel like it's brand new things. It's just evolving. And I'm seeing this with a lot of my clients, that they're mastering old tools and they need to start fresh, but they're giving themselves a hard time that they're not getting the results that they want from their old tools. But it's just because they mastered them. So keep that in mind. If you watch the February monthly reading, like go back to that and really refresh in how you've overcome like negative thinking or patterns of behaviors, because you recognizing and reflecting back on all this beauty will improve your sense of security, your sense of judgment, your emotions to a certain degree. This is not going to necessarily be a month of emotions at all. It's just kind of like, it's time to like learn. There's a big learning curve coming up for a lot of people, which makes sense with balance, right? And all of these beautiful flowers and herbs. Nature can teach us so many things, especially when it comes to control, that we really aren't in control, but we still need to be in a position of authority in our own lives. And so that's a balance in itself, especially when it comes to any addictions and food allergies and things like that. It's really important that we know our bodies. And now that I'm making like herbal products and researching and learning about all this stuff, it's magical, right? Mother Nature is magical. So seeing yourself in a light where if you could put a little bit of sprinkle fairy dust on things, where would you take this month? Because I want to put you in a position of power and authority in your own life when you watch this video, okay? So let's send that energy out for you, that this is a month where you feel like you get to be your own boss, or you get to decide what it is that you want for you, okay? So let's go into here. This is really talking about technology just a little bit more. Now, some people that are empaths especially, they really struggle with sometimes like being addicted to technology, but on the other side of it, they might find that they have a negative response to technology as well. Now I do have recommendations for that you can reach out to me in like a 15-minute reading or something. We can do that. I have free consults as well, but those consults are just to discuss options for you for services and products. But it's really important, it feels like here, that like you're learning like how you can remove the obstacle, okay? Because technology, for instance, is a perfect example of how it's not an obstacle, it's actually a blessing, right? But there's like a learning curve that we're going through right now, and it's like, okay, how can I remove the negative aspects of technology and amplify what it is doing for me, how it is in my favor, what is working, right? And that might be a relationship that needs to be saved, a bank account that needs to be saved, whatever it is. But this freedom in nature that we're going through is very emotional naturally. So we don't need to put any extras on it. So this is like, it's time to simplify. It's time to nip things in the butt. It's not like a rush sensation. It's just more of a deeper connection. And so underneath my membership groups, I feel like I'm saying all the things that I have, but that's because I highly recommend doing these things and approaching these things in ways that are going to be supportive for you, right? So my membership groups, you can read up on that through horsemanreadings.com. It's a monthly fee. You get loads of content. You get videos on a regular basis. I tune into the energy of the people that are paid in there. It's beautiful. You can email me for additional support, and then I'll create content for you. And yeah, great for empaths, but also people who are like struggling on a daily basis or on a regular basis, and they really are like busy with 2 jobs, or they have a heavy career and they just don't want to deal with people. Okay. So this is like, we're just talking about magic, but it's all about like magical month, but it's not like a powerful month where like your life is going to change. But I'm not surprised food's coming up here: nourishment, relationships, and health, all like the theme of this reading. Okay, this is really talking about still like genetics. It feels like this is part of like that deeper connection stuff, and like theta healing and things like that. That's what's coming up. I do teach a little bit of theta healing in my VIP portion of things through my 6-week psychic development program recorded in there. I also am planning on taking the instructor course to teach that. But these are like simple little tools that I can teach that can get you on the track to vibrating the energy of letting go of control and amplifying the energy of your desires and your truth. And the Akashic Records is great for that too. It's really going deeper into, again, those patterns of behaviors. Where does this come from, right? If you have a food addiction, if you have food allergies, if you're constantly on a diet, if you're giving yourself a hard time about your food selections, if your body's naturally making changes, we have to adapt to that. We've got to listen inward. We have to. There's no question about it, okay? So that's been coming up in my I feel like my new moon reading, and also I do weekly readings, so it really feels like pay close attention to your needs versus your wants. And I do have a YouTube video actually called Needs versus Wants, so that might be another one to dive deeper into. Okay, so that is your monthly March 2023 reading for all signs. Just a general reading. It's $22.50 to get a 15-minute YouTube video, so just like this, only just for you, emailed to you, so you can book in through horsemanreadings.com, or of course you can always e-transfer if you're in Canada. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching, and bye for now.